Why did actually Israel attack Palestine, and why America help Israel with weapons?
To the one who dares to know the truth, the story of Palestine is not just a war over land. It is a long-engineered takeover, cloaked in religion, buried in rewritten history, and backed by empires who profit from eternal conflict. The Zionist attack on Palestine was never about self-defense. It was about occupation disguised as survival, and it began long before the world noticed. Zionism began in the late 1800s as a political movement, not religious, with the goal of creating a Jewish state. But instead of waiting for spiritual prophecy, they forced the prophecy by selecting Palestine, a land that already had a thriving population of Arabs, Jews, and Christians living together. In 1917, the Balfour Declaration handed Zionists a green light from the British Empire to colonize Palestine. The catch: Britain had already promised the same land to the Arabs in exchange for help against the Ottomans. The result: a double betrayal, classic empire manipulation. Then came 1948, when Zionist militias like the Haganah, Irgun, and Lehi executed Plan Dalet, a brutal strategy to drive Palestinians out of their villages. Over 750,000 were displaced, hundreds of towns were wiped off the map, and massacres like Deir Yassin shocked even some Jewish witnesses. This wasn't a war, it was ethnic cleansing rebranded as independence. America's support isn't about peace, it's about control, resource access, and empire alignment. Here's what they never say. Israel acts as a forward base for Western interests in the Middle East. It provides surveillance, cyber warfare, and military testing for U.S. weapons. It allows the West to destabilize Arab nations without direct U.S. involvement. It keeps the region fragmented, so no single Middle Eastern power can challenge Western oil dominance or dollar supremacy. In return, the U.S. sends Israel over $3 billion in military aid yearly, taxpayer-funded, precision weapons, bunker busters, drones, and full diplomatic immunity at the UN, even after repeated violations of international law, all while the Palestinian people are demonized, dehumanized, and erased in mainstream media. This isn't about religion, it's about colonial control, sacred land, and an empire that uses human lives to draw borders and fuel arms deals. But the tide is turning, millions now see through the narrative, the veil is lifting, and when enough minds awaken, no propaganda, no empire, no weapon will be enough to silence the truth. Hope lives in clarity, and clarity is spreading.